Newt, Newt. Alright, so, ah, alright, testing, testing, copy URL, getting a couple things set up here, guys. Hopefully you can hear me alright. A link for you guys. We'll call this that. Click right. And if anyone is there, please chime in. You can make this. Here's my ugly mug. Okay. Here's the chat. Get everything more sense because I have perfection. People hate this. I really hate this. Alright, cool deal. Alright, so let's go ahead. Audio here for seconds. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Audio here for seconds. Testing, testing. Alright. Just opened up my pussy for you guys for just a minute. Alright. Let's see if we can't play some Ouya Games. So I have a 16 gigabyte Ouya with a crap ton, and I mean crap ton of games on it. And so I just kind of wanted to showcase this to you guys. Just, be that one weird person who happens to have a functioning Ouya. Because why not? Alright. What do we got here? Got plenty of games that we can play. Actually, you know what? I think I want to do something a little different. Let's move my cam here. 1 second, guys. I promise I've got it figured out. Go. Or not. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I haven't played. I've spent last night basically trying to get this whole thing working, so it's great. So we're gonna play some dumb Ouya games, basically. And I think to call it dumb is also not fair. Honestly, I don't really like that the Ouya got so much negativity to begin with. Obviously, there's a lot of crap here. There's a lot of like really bad stuff, but there's also a very large handful of good games that you could find on this device. But we're not going to look at those today. We're going to look at some really weird things. Let's see. fact, we're going to take a look at some of Harry Kavanaugh's work. And boy, oh boy, does he have some interesting titles. You guys may have heard of V. This is actually one of the most sold games on the Ouya, which says a lot considering I think Powerfall Ascension sold like 6,000 copies total. I think that was the most sold game on the Ouya. But also, if you've never played V, this game is pretty cool. I'll be honest with you, one of those challenging physics games that you never really would think about. So let's play one of these. I'm gonna say Hero's Adventure. Why not? Now these games can be beat in like 20 minutes or so. They're not long by any means of the word. Rise and shine. You can't spend all day in bed. Why don't you go outside and play in the forest? Check my audio for a second, make sure nothing is drowning out my vocals. So we are recording desktop audio by mistake. 1 second. So we only need mic audio. We're going to bring mic audio down just a little bit. There we go. Ta-da. 1 more second. Just okay, there we go. So now I get the screen full mode. Alright, let's play some Ouya games. This is already kind of starting off a little boring. I'm supposed to go off and wander in the woods. Going off on an adventure. Just make sure you're back for dinner. Alright, so I'm gonna come back for dinner. Now this is just really a test screen just to make sure everything is good. Oh, sweet. That was so anticlimactic, like, that was really bad. That was really bad, man. Wild rabbit. Okay. Is there a way to determine... I gotta be honest with that soundtrack was kind of intense. Well, it gave me stats, but I'm not seeing a way to pull up those stats. Alright. Stray cat. That is the mangiest stray cat I've ever seen. I have found... What's this? You bury the dead animals in your secret place. Ooh. Okay. Time to go home. And this music almost sounds like it's inspired by Titanic. There's a slight issue with the controller video input. And playing outside. Alright. Wonder what sort of fish got up today. I killed some animals and buried them in my secret place. Nice. I washed the blood off my. Alright. That's it for Hero's Adventure. Alright, weird. Huh. Having possible. I'm running once. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Oshi might. I probably butchered that. Wait. Time. Hey, wait. I'm worried out of my wits. Okay. I think I should probably move my camera because the fan on my computer is not liking it. Let's see here. What can I do? Go. Move a couple things around just because of the. Where were we? Okay, so I can't go to the right. Can't go to the left, can't go to the right. So I guess I go. It won't let me go to the door. Go feed your brother's dog, or he'll never stop whining. Not doing my nerd. He seems like a very happy person. What the hell is he? Can I show this? I don't know if I can show this. Oh. There's the dog. Name Buttercup. Alright. Okay, well, I fed the dog, so I guess I'm gonna go back into the obviously inappropriate room, but this looked like something I picked up. I was wrong. One of the weird things about the Ouya is you just don't know what you're gonna get. Absolute disgrace upon the whole family. Damn. Alright, so I made my bed. Okay. Alright. That is indeed a thing that was just said. So I apologize in advance if I butcher your name. But is it Ramses? And hello to you as well. It took me a while to finally get this stuff set up, so hopefully everything sounds fine. I'm not able to hear any output on my end, but in the settings, I've balanced some of the audio and tried to get things kind of working appropriately. So in light of that, I'm playing some mildly inappropriate games. Nope, that's the case. Okay. Put the knives all wrong. But this is sweet, dude. Should have read the description of this before I started playing. That's Your name is difficult no matter the language. Well, I thought I had it weird with my last name, you know? Not every day you meet someone named Kazdan Azan, you know? Actually, I think I'm the only name on Facebook. But where is my father? Not in my room. Look at the parents. Father's still jerking off. No, it's not. Go down. Go to the right. Go to the left. Can I go up? Can I go? No, I can't. So where the hell is my father? Tell your daddy that dinner. Well, I can't find my dad. Just like a true story. He's still at Walmart picking up the milk. They have a sale on new moms. He'll be back any day now. You can use the same pronunciations used for Ram. Ah, nice. So it is Ram. Pat myself on the back there for a second. If I can't go anywhere, where would my father? So I'll be honest with you, when I launched this game, I could not pronounce the title. It's like Ochima or something like that. And yeah, so this is by a guy named Terry Kavanaugh, and he has made a handful of games for the Ouya. Oh, that wasn't my brother. That was my dad this entire time. Gross. Anyways, he has some really messed up games. So I figured I'd play them, because you can beat them in like 20 minutes or so. And I haven't really delved into this one, so yeah. So far, what I've gathered about this game is this girl is in a very abusive home with very messed up parents. I don't know how long this game is going to run, but I'll tell you what, it's I may not continue it because this is my first stream. I don't know, like I don't know if I should be even showing this. Father of the Year. Ramadan. I will say this: he's really set the atmosphere for a very creepy and dark environment. Actually, I got another game I want to show you here in a second. I don't know how long it takes. Yo, what? Hey, Rams. What just... Yo! Yo! Some work? What? Thanks for joining in, Ramsey. You have a good one, dude. Okay. Okay, so what do I do? Get, okay, hold on. Assume star. Well, that. I genuinely don't know what I'm. Alright, I'm gonna switch games. Okay. I'll, I have different. Blood's still there. That's where the dog is. Program. Okay, something wrong. Alright, guess I gotta go back and move stuff around. You know, actually, hold on. Because I feel like I can't tell if this is a star, but the item representing. Okay. Alright, I gotta move on. Different. Well, alright. Yep. Ah, misunderstood. Once it starts rotating, that it really gets you. You see, the thing is like I really like these tunnel shooters. You know, not tunnel shooters. Tube runners. Excuse me. Called tube runners. Got a lot of fond memories with Tempest, and that's a tube shooter. But tube runners are different. There's a whole lot of them that came out, um, like back in the early like 2010s, like Boston Egg, Super Grid Run, this one. There's actually also another one on here called Acid Grip that I actually really like. Um, it's simple, but it does the trick. If you're looking for that, like, oh shit, high octane. In fact, let me switch over to that. I really think that Ouya was very underappreciated for various reasons, but you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I think that if the CEO had handled things completely differently, and I talked about this in the test live that I did, or the test stream that I did, if the CEO had not bashed the console at launch, and I realize some people are like, well, it's debatable to call it a console because it's an Android bot. But to be fair, Android 4.1.2 was actually designed to be used for Android gaming. It's when Android first got controller compatibility. Um, and so the whole point of it really was to consoleize the Android market. Um, and I would argue that the Ouya and the PlayJam GameStick are indeed consoles. Like they're legitimate consoles. They have a closed library of games. You could root them, of course, because it's Android, and Android is going to come from Linux, being open source and whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like the Ouya was very misrepresented and misunderstood at launch. And honestly, a good launch is pretty much everything for a console. It's amazing that the Atari VCS managed to recover, actually. Because, I mean, if anybody who's been to my channel before knows, I own several Atari VCS. And the VCS had a very rough start, very rough launch. They launched with like 20 games, give or take, and not really a whole lot of support within the first 5 months of its like release to the general public. But the Ouya, like it started out in very rocky water, like immediately. There was no defending it the moment it launched. And then the moment that the CEO went on that live panel and said there was nothing special about the box, that was the moment the Ouya was dead. Nobody could take it seriously because not even the CEO could take it seriously. And I think that's a pretty big deal. You know, if you want a product to sell, you as a CEO have to promote said product, have to stand by it, no matter whether you're right or wrong. Prove people wrong when they say they're crap. You know, give them a reason to like it. And she didn't do that. But I'll say this: the game library for the Ouya, although has a ton of really weird like titles, there's a lot of really good games on there, like some that I would actually easily recommend. In fact, let me see here. could I recommend? One of the biggest, bless you. One of the biggest things that people tend to say is like, well, everything's Android. You can get anything on an Ouya on an Android, but there are some things that you can only get on Ouya. Not a lot of exclusives, but there are some things that are, for all intents and purposes, lost time. Like take for example the original Shadow Gun, right? So everybody knows Shadow Gun was like a premier game for many Android boxes, both NVIDIA Shield Portable, Ouya, and the Game Stick. And it was, if the damn thing will load, was a game changer for many. Here, I'll just launch it. I don't know why it's taking forever to load my cached images. But yeah, Shadow Gun. In fact, I was playing a little bit of this last night, and I guess I'll play a little bit of it here too. I'm trying to remember the controls here. Instead. Dang it. Trying to avoid that. Ah. What to do. One of the biggest issues is that this thing only has 1 gig of RAM, and it's a bit outdated. The last version of Shadowgun, I think, was like 1.6. It was discontinued in 2015, and now we have Shadowgun Legends. If you want to count that, but it's more of an open server-based type game. So like when those servers goes down, there's not really much you're going to be able to do. But you can always on Ouya play Shadowgun, and if for some reason that's not up your alley, AVP is on here too. I mean, they even had ports of Abe's Odyssey, the Bard's Tale, Sign Mora is on here. I mean, this is a pretty fun game if you've never played this. And you have two different narratives here, both for the Alien and the Predator. Killing Floor Calamity is pretty good. Powerful Ascension is pretty good. Now this right here, this is a funny game. Yes. All right, folks. So Chris's Adventure. Guess where they got the design from? But still a pretty fun game. Honestly, I haven't seen this anywhere else in quite a while. In fact, I think it would be kind of nice to see this on the Atari VCS. I've had some people try to compare the Atari VCS to what do you call it? The Atari VCS to the Ouya. Excuse me. And I don't agree necessarily. Not because I don't want to agree, but there's a lot of things that separates the Ouya from the VCS. One, of course, being the fact that it's a Linux build versus Android, but the primary thing being, you know, how it's interacted with its own community. You know, it's an indie developer platform, much like the Ouya was. In fact, Ouya might as well have been itch.io before it was mainstream, popularized, etc. But the Atari VCS is also specifically targeting to a different type of demographic. They're not just trying to be like the one kill all. You know what I mean? Like Ouya was trying to do. They're aware of their limitations. They know what their limitations are. They are trying to supply a niche yet modern and retro experience at the same time, where the Ouya was just got a game, drop it on here, you know. And that's how some dumb games like Those Darn Nipples or Butts got on here. Yes, that's a real thing, by the way. You didn't already know. Wait, hold on. I know there's a game here called Butts, unless I have the name wrong. Go to my feed. Yep, there it is. Just Butt. Okay, so I did have it. See, the VCS wouldn't allow something like this on here, you know. But I mean, the most graphic game I think on the Atari VCS is Skinny and Franco. And that's actually a pretty solid game if you've never played it. All right, let's see if we can't play a game. In fact, let me go to genres. Let me pick a genre, and we'll just pick whatever I have downloaded on here. Actually, you know what? I think I know the perfect game. It doesn't get any more indie than this, but the soundtrack for it is actually really good. Hold on. There it goes.
Edges of greatness, walking on the shoulders of giants, I feel weightless. I can't waste this chance that I've got. God-given talent, gotta take this chance to shine. Carve my name out into the sands of time. Give me the chance to rhyme. I step up, blow up the spot every time. I start so hot, just make the place rock. I'm never gonna stop. My hunger's incredible. Turn the system up so my words are legible. Never turn pop, keep my shit incredible. Untouchable and my flow was unstoppable. Yeah, and if you found me before, let me tell you straight, man, more than finish war. Never keep a man in box.
It's fine, go ahead.
My My sound will make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around. My sound, my sound, my sound will make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around.
You get bonuses.
People got their ideas of what cool's supposed to be. Well, I chose to be what you chose to be, and I don't care anymore, man. It's just not me. I ain't gotta compete. I just do what I do best, so man, I'm complete. I set myself a whole new test. Yeah, the only one I'm fighting is me, and I'm scrapping till the end. People better believe that I got the fire. It's burning me inside. They said I haven't got it, man. It's hurting me inside. It's not about pride. It's all about the vision. To take a decision to put your heart on the line. So now is the time to leave the stage and the crowd. Turn up the spotlight, put the system out loud. When I speak, I'm not trying to be profound. I'm looking for a chance to make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around. My sound, my sound, my sound will make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around.
I did that. How I didn't even realize.
See, I was born to do this. You can't rehearse this. No matter how many hours of work and practice you put in, man, it won't be worthless. Got it on your way, and I deserve this. I'm always happy when I'm spitting verses. Stick MC, achieve everything I wanted to. I'm a work race relentless, 29 years old. I got a place to prove. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around. My sound, my sound, my sound will make these people jump around, man. My sound, yeah. My sound will make these people jump around.
Over. If you haven't figured out by now, this entire stream is just because I'm kind of bored. You know. It's a Saturday, I'm home, I got nothing better to do. But yeah. Why not share one of these weird things with people, right? Some of the games in my Here's another game that you don't really see or hear about too much anymore. This is kind of like Free Fall for the new one. This is High Flyer Death Defier. The point of this game is to make particular goals as free fall and collect things and all that jazz. Ah, I wasn't supposed to do that. Supposed to pull back. Let's try that again. Woo. I made it. Oh. Down we go. missed that. We'll think I'm gonna probably end up ending the stream. A fun test. Let's find a better way to do this to get like viewer interaction. Oh, there's some. Hello, a second. Hey Scott. And yeah, honestly, there are a pretty good amount of games here that would fit right at home, I think, on the BTS, in my personal opinion. Um, there are a ton of games on the Ouya that often go underappreciated. Which, by the way, if you didn't know this, I don't know if you saw my video on the history of Blue Kid, but Blue Kid 1 actually got its launch on the Play Jam Game Stick back in 2013. And Blue Kid 2 got its launch on the Ouya. So, one second here. I wonder if I have Skyriders. Hold on. Yeah, I just wanted to show this real quick, just for the sake of conversation. Blue Kid 2 got its launch on the Ouya. Actually, I think it should have. No, it doesn't have a date. Skyriders. Let's see. Here's my line. Ah, there it is. Do I have it downloaded? I do. I have like a huge library here. So, I don't remember everything that I have.
Welcome to Skyriders. Zone 2. Stage 8.
Oh, I do remember this, by the way.
Section 1.
Scott, just real quick, what exactly are you developing, if you don't mind me asking? Ah, I missed.
Stage failed.
Oh, I misread your message. You tried contacting the developer for this. Sorry, I apologize. I was trying to read and also focus on this at the same time. That's my bad. I have reached out to a couple of developers from some of the games on Ouya, and much like yourself, I have not heard back, actually. A lot of these games are, for all intents and purposes, abandoned, and that kind of sucks. I think one game that really does need to make a comeback is Shadowgun, because it still holds up even today.
Stage
Yeah,
failed.
it is a shame, dude. It really is a shame. But actually, let me show you one of my favorite games on here. Let's see here. Or was it on the Game Stick? Okay, so there are 3 games that were exclusive to the Game Stick. There was Sella, Blue Kid 1, and The Button Affair. And I think Nightmare Soldier as well. I think Mad Finger Games owns. I might be wrong about that, but I think Mad Finger Games owns Shadowgun. Have you ever heard of Legends of Kuzu, by the way? This is one of my favorite games on here. It's kind of like Symphony of the Night, but Symphony of the Night obviously is way better. This is like if you got like the Dollar General of Castlevania. But there's two characters you can play, and it's actually pretty solid, dude. Yeah, actually, and I just bought It'll Do on my Nintendo Switch, and I found out there's a sequel to that too, which I didn't even know launched. Which, as you can see, I have it here. It'll Do is freaking amazing, dude. So yeah, Legends of Kuzu. I reached out to the developer for this game, um, which is you play as this little dragon. You have two elements, fire and ice, so you can like switch between the two. And then you know I think you can beat the game in like an hour, but you basically just kind of go on this adventure. You have minimal tasks, and you get to the end point, and it's a fairly simple game. Um, most of the games that are made in Unity would be easier to port, so to speak, to the VCS if the developers still had like the source code and stuff like that. But then there are also some limitations. Um, Also, if you didn't know this, let me show you something. People are still making games for the Ouya. So I'm part of a Discord community of people who are trying to keep this bad boy alive, and basically, um, they do game jams once every year, and so I can still download certain things because they just called to a URL. I'd love to see the Metgon games make a no break ballet clone. Yeah, actually, I do know the no break ballet. There's actually one on here. Um, it's kind of like a cyberpunk theme. Let me. I don't know what happened. I seem to have lost my connection. 1 second. There it goes. Okay. But yeah, no, there's a cyberpunk looking one that I've had fun with. Yeah, dude. That one was Flash Out, I think. Which I do have Flash Out and Flash Out 3D on here too. Go to my apps. Oh, dude, and if you've never played this game, I was just poking. Hey, what's up, Obsidian? I was actually just poking fun at this game here. I think that if this one came to the Atari VCS, that would actually be really cool. I'm trying to get the images to load. I'm having slight issue here with my Wi-Fi connection. There we go. But guess who the character's based off of? Am I right? It's Chris, Family Guy. But dude, this is such a fun and hilarious game if you've never played it. The paintball game. Which one was that? Paintball Legends or Quantic Pinball? Because I have both of those on here. Um, I was gonna go to the F's. I'm pretty sure it's called Flash Out. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm right. Again, I misread. What? It got an H. No way. I'm gonna have to pull my Switch out, and I got my Switch over here in the back. I'll have to dig that out. I had no idea. I know for the longest time, Wizorb was stuck on this console, and then I think last year Nintendo Switch finally got a port of it, which I do have a working copy of Wizorb as well. And dude, I love that game. It's freaking awesome. I think one of the biggest travesties are the ones like these that like get stuck in beta and never got released. Like these were just early development games that never got published. And so like they had like Kickstarters and stuff, and so they look very dry and basic at first because they were never really finished. Um, but then you got other games like this, which were so close to completion. And this one actually came out on Google Play, and it's actually a decent racer. But unfortunately, I do not have the full version of this game. I only have the demo, and I've been unable to find a full version of that. It's a paintball game with online. Paintball game. What was the name of that game, dude? Let me see if paintball. I don't remember there being a paintball. Fields of Bat. Oh! Oh, dude. Yeah, no. Hold on. Yeah. Dude, this one is offline now. You can't even play it, and that sucks so bad. Dude, I completely forgot about this. Ah, you can't even play it anymore. It I wish this game would come back. Okay, we'll just create something random and see if it actually connects. Why not? Password HJK. Option. Do not provide an email address. Will not be able to use the password. That's fine. I don't think the servers are still active. Now, I will say this. Real quick. There are 3 games on the Ouya where you can still access the servers. You have Open Arena, Meltdown, and one of the cart games. Those are the only 3 games on Ouya that you can still play online, which is amazing to me because whenever I play Open Arena, I'm always playing on my Ouya, and I've been able to play with people who have like PC and Android. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to log in. Yeah, error contacting the servers, failed to connect to. Dang, good time. Where did my chat go? See it, but I don't see it on my screen. There it is. Hey, dude, if you're ever down to it, man, let me know. Let's play some open arena together. Why not, dude? I'd love to be able to whip this out and play with some people. We did come together as a community earlier in the year, and we had about 4 or 5 people on open arena just playing on their Ouya. Yes, dude. Bomb Squad does still work on here, but the online functionality doesn't exist anymore. However, I do also have uh, Bomb Squad on my Chromecast, um, and that still has online functionality. I mean, it's just an Android port. Like they've just been maintaining it and updating it, and so on and so forth. But if I stay, or like if I sit around long enough, somebody will show up in the servers for Meltdown, and then I'll just end up playing with them. But who has that kind of time, you know? Uh, let's see here. There is a couple of exclusives that are still. Powerfall is another game I would like to skin the BTS. Yep, yes. I will agree with that. So there's not too many exclusives left on the Ouya, unfortunately. And I do think, oh, dude, this game right here is nightmare fuel. Actually, here, I actually want to plan a stream with my girlfriend for this one, where we try to beat the game and just kind of like commentary it. But if you've never played Martyr X, like this thing is something else, dude. Like, look at that body. He works out. But yeah, you know, this is one of those like early Unity builds, and I can't really ever tell if the person just gave up while like making the game or if they just had limited knowledge. And so I try not to rag on it because like it's kind of like first appearances are unassuming. You know what I mean? It's not fun, but it's not boring, but it's kind of like laughable. It's enjoyable simply because of how bad it is, if that makes sense. There are a few of them. There was Chaos Order or Chaos Online or something like that. And there's one here that I really wish still worked. Um, yeah, that one. Because I actually M Dickey game. Is that Wrestling Revolution? Because yeah, I do. I wish this one still worked online. Look at how awesome this looks, dude. Up to 8 players just having it out, but that was abandoned. Yeah, the I have the Wrestling Revolution. Actually, I can show you every game that I have on. It's gonna take a while to load. I have about 300 or 400 games on here, and then I also have others that I've uninstalled because they were side loaded and they were taking up like too much storage. But I have a pretty good chunk of the Ouya library. The model that I'm running is a 16 gigabyte anthracite black. There was a white Ouya that went up on eBay earlier in the year, and that thing sold for like $400. I was so tempted to get it, but I could not justify the price. You know, I think the white one only came out for Christmas, and then they continued at the end of the Ouya's life cycle with black 16 gigabyte model. Dude, I own 7 of these things. I have okay, so I actually gave one of the bronze ones to my niece. Sorry, nieces. Get that right. And they've actually been loving the heck out of it. Which is great. I could not be more proud. And I have 2 silvers, another bronze, a 8 gigabyte black model, and then the 16 gigabyte. So however many that was. I think I sold one. So let's see, hold on. Silver, bronze, black, black, other bronze, and I have the second silver. So I have 6 of them. Apple juice, not beer. What'd your family think of them? Yeah, so Lash Out might have been the one you were talking about. The F1 Hero one. If it'll load, I guess I'm gonna just sit here and see what happens. Uh, yeah, you can actually sideload stuff on this. And like I said, I'm part of a Ouya community server where they push like the the Game Jam titles onto the Ouya, so you can still download like a lot of those things. Dude, this is a criminally underappreciated title. It needs a modern release. The soundtrack, dude, as you can see, I don't have it all backed up, so like it crashes, the video crashes, but most of the images and the files, they call to a preservation server, and unfortunately not every game is unlocked. There's like a really special jailbreaking way that you have to get like most of these games to unlock. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on live stream. That's out of the bag now. Like for example, this one, Groundskeeper. That one doesn't unlock. And here's actually something really cool about this community. So like if a developer doesn't want somebody to have access to the full game, just the demo, then it'll say technical notes does not unlock by request of the developer, right? Like we honor those kind of things. So now this one's actually not a bad first-person shooter. You can still play. You can't do the multiplayer online, but you can still play the campaign mode. Actually not bad. I mean, if you're cool with like low res graphics or whatever, I mean, obviously you're gonna have like low polygon, but what do you expect on the Ouya, right? They tried to pull out a Call of Duty clone, and that's kind of what we got, you know? If you guys want me to play any of these, just let me know. Well, this is probably the most notorious title from the Ouya. Massive Cleavage versus Zombies, which is, believe it or not, a rhythm game. Um, you can call it that. So like you have these little cutscenes that show up, and then you have to like press like OUYA on your controller. Don't know why I did it this way, but and then you have a combat system, which is just god awful. You know, I filmed in a building that looked like this actually. This one still connects to servers every once in a while. The person has to be on at the same time and has to be in the lobby. Um, there's not too many people that still play it, but dang it if it isn't a good game. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. So there is a Minecraft clone that has an active server on it, and this is by a buddy of mine, Nacho. He actually is looking into porting this to the Atari VCS. I should mention that. I'm not sure the development process of that just yet, but that's something you can look out for as well. I think it's going to be somewhat different to like avoid copyright, but it's a solid game. So you can still play against people online, stuff like that. This is a decent game too. On a speed run, this game right here, you can get about 18 hours worth of gameplay out of it, which is pretty cool. It's a 3D RPG, like open world RPG, kind of like Bard's Tale. Well, I can't really say open world. You have a straight path, but it gives the illusion of being open. I think it's the better way to say that. And I am a sucker for shmups. And this game right here, if it'll load, the images is just beautiful. I know this one got an update for the Nintendo Switch. So in the Ouya version, there are 4 chapters. Um, so there's 4 chapters in the Ouya version, and it's a 2.5D RPG, and it plays on things like GI Joe and a couple of other things. Uh, can't see your whole comment. Hold on. Oh no, I can play Sign More. You want me to? Cool. Yeah, give me 1 second, and I will go back to that. Make sure I can pull my chat up here on. So like you can see it on the screen, but I can't see it on my end because I have so many windows. So I got to pull that up in the foreground so that way I can see everything that's coming through. All right, go back to Sign More. Actually, 1 sec. 1 sec. I wanted to show you one thing. So there are some console games on here. Not many, but there's definitely a few of them. All right, so Sign More. So it's kind of like the world is kind of like Sky Captain in the world of tomorrow. It's like a dystopian society that's like neither advanced but nor is it held back. Like it has it has like robots and machinery that's like 1940s, 1950s, but it kind of has also like a God, I don't even know how to explain this. There's a technical term for it. Um, Here, I'll just show you. I'll just show you.
Ito, Idriad! Az ároknál vagyunk. Megkezdjük az
Sok
ereszkedést.
szerencsét, Akita. A peremvidék aktivitása a várakozásainknak megfelelő. Csapok egy kis zajt, hogy eltereljem a figyelmet rólatok.
Yes, it is Steinmore. There is some lag in the controller to the in response to the capture card, and I don't know how to adjust my lag here. I am running this on my Atari VCS through a capture card. I'm streaming this through my Debian build. I'm running Debian 11. And I do not have an HDMI splitter
Riát, valami fura
to run it on the TV.
Teszek egy kört a kilátó körül.
Ito, milyen fura dolgot?
Baklárba! Ne haragudj, hogy a marhaságaimmal fárasztalak! Nem! Ez egy őrszem! Nem képzelődtem! Akita!
I have always loved the graphics on this.
Akita! Akita, halló?
Yes, dude, I have played Super Indie Cards. I think Super Indie Cards was a really good move for the Ouya community. I don't even know how to put that into words. So my thing is being able to have all of those like popular like indie Android games wrapped into one was like a really cool idea. First off, because not only was it a massive collaborative effort, anybody who's into kart racing should be able to get exposed to their work, and like it also adds lore, so to speak, to the characters that you're playing as or racing against. Would be a good game to get on. Yes, dude, in a heartbeat. Hell, actually, you know what? I think the Atari VCS needs its own Super Indie card. How about that? Because that would be awesome.
Akita! Akita! lazán.
Remélem, hogy több lesznek, Ghost.
Oh no, do you think I'm gonna make it? Oh! Rude. Thanks. Yeah, the racers on the VCS do kind of suck, unfortunately. Which system, Scott? You know, to be honest with you, I'd be willing to put together a collaborative effort to get developers to create an indie racer specifically based on games published on the VCS. I think that'd be absolutely awesome. I mean, why not? I mean, there's kind of a downside to that because then there's like the Ouya comparison, you know, like, oh, you're just copying Ouya, the VCS is no different than Ouya, but really it's helping the devs just as much as it's giving people a functioning product, you know? I don't know if that's like a good stance or what. Let me see. Got some comments. I mean, yeah, I could definitely do some videos based on like abandoned video games and stuff. Actually, if you remember, there was Bears Don't Drift for the Ouya, which was a Kickstarter project, and it would later come out on the Nintendo Switch, actually. Um, sorry, excuse me, the apple juice. But I prefer the graphics on the Ouya. I do actually have that demo on my Ouya if you want to see it. Good idea. Both kind of low. Feel like there were probably a ton of canceled projects considering the initial hype. Best vehicle related games so far. Yeah. Well, I will say this: Metgun or kind of Met. He's a great guy. Love that guy to death. He's very sweet, very awesome, very helpful in various ways. Um, I think that if he wanted to build a racer like an actual like multiplayer racer, I think he would be the one that could deliver on something good. That's just my personal opinion. So I did an interview with Ian Weeks of Tukasoft, and he mentioned that he was open to the idea of creating a shmup, but I don't think anything ever came of it. And I do know that Tony Barnes is creating Polygunner. I don't know if that counts. I think that's more of like a 3D shooter than anything else, but that's one thing that we have coming up. The closest thing to a shmup would probably be Utopos, which is we still don't know what's happening with that. If you don't mind me asking, Flip, what did Khan say? Well, I mean, that's definitely something Khan could probably do. I mean, if we were to kind of open a petition to create an indie kart racer for the BCS, dude, and I'm taking this like very seriously. I'm not saying that because of the stream. I would be very open to the idea of taking just characters from games on the VCS and creating a racer based off of them. That sounds like it would be absolutely amazing. I would buy I would buy that in a heartbeat. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hit me up on Discord when I'm done with my stream. I'm home all day today. Oh, hey, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Static Seeds. I'm gonna just call you Stat because that's easier. But this is Sign More for the Ouya. Ah, I need that. Thank you. Ah, I got cornered. I mean, interesting, sure, poorly executed, most definitely. And I've said this before. I've said this before. The only thing that really killed the Ouya, in my opinion, because Ouya was basically itch.io before itch.io was mainstream, right? The only thing that killed the Ouya was the fact that the CEO just bashed the console at launch. Had she probably never done that, the Ouya would have had a better chance. But it was just it felt scammy the moment it launched, and that's the downside. If you're a CEO, you need to stand by the product that you're pushing out there, and if you don't, it's gonna fail. Like there's no question about that. Nope, it definitely did not help at all. It did not help one bit. That was perhaps the worst ad they could have ever thought. Like, oh yeah, and here's something. So I was talking about the game jams and stuff where you can download like some of the new games that people produce. So this is actually one of them. I've never played it, so I guess we're gonna play it for the first time. Oh, nice. It's making a nod to Ouya stuff. That's cool. I like that. Celebrating 10 years of Ouya. I like that. That's awesome. Right? Right. I mean, honestly, the- most of the advertisement that the VCS has gotten has just been us, and that sucks. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Ah, try that again. I think the most positive video reception that I've gotten outside of my honest review video was actually the fan trailer and the Superstar Shooter 16 trailer, which is honestly my favorite video. I honestly really had fun trying to make that trailer, and the ad you did, thanks. I appreciate that. That means a lot that you think that should be on the YouTube page for the Atari VCS. Um, Hopefully soon. I'm not in a rush with the code issue. And that's another thing. The VCS really does need to fix the zip code issue. It needs to fix it more than anything. Because like, what the hell? Um, I had I had a working card to purchase games, and then suddenly it just stopped working. And so I don't know what to do with that. I can't buy any new games. Which my next stream, by the way, is going to be for the VCS. I have 2 units, so I'm gonna hook one up to the PC side of things. Ouch. And then uh, play some VCS games. Excuse me. Well, I have to kind of thanks, Flip. I appreciate it. I have to say though, Defpa has a lot on his shoulders, right? So like he's dealing with we don't even know how many devs at this point. And there's not much that I can say because I have an NDA, so I won't say anything really about like closed doors. But he's got a lot on his shoulders. I mean, he maintains more than most people seem to think, and so I give him a little bit of slack because I'm understanding of that. But I don't think many people realize like what all he has to kind of like deal with uh, on a social standard when it comes to like the hardware side of this thing. I will say that they need to hire somebody for marketing. And I've mentioned this before. I would love to have a job for Atari. I've even emailed them, but I always get the same email back. We're not looking for anyone right now, but you can always check on the employees page and fill out an application. And they're always just looking for a position that I'm not qualified for. You know, but if they would let me market it, dude, I would take that job in a heartbeat. I mean, I don't care how many NDAs I got to file. I would do it in a heartbeat. Right? Yeah, no, Davpa is definitely a gladiator of juggling. I will agree with that as well. Dude is a beast. I have nothing but like respect for him. I'm gonna go into a fighter because the first test stream that I did high school fight two or high school something. Anyways, it was a pretty cool fighter. So I never tested out a bunch of characters, so I'm gonna do that now. Here's my keys. Battle High, that's what it was. Battle High 2. Oh God, I love Ashley. She is such a sweetheart. And if you've never talked to her on the personal setting, very down to earth, very sweet woman. Love her to death. If anybody ever is rude to her, like I know a bunch of us in the community would just jump down that person's throat. What is Mythical OS? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. No, because there's supposed to be like this big update coming that we haven't gotten yet. Give me 1 second, guys. My cell phone that I'm using to stream my video is dying. All right, can everybody still hear me okay? Everything all right? Mic test 1 2 1 2. Somebody chime in. So the Atari 50 is supposed to get an update on Tuesday, right? Supposedly some new games. There's a couple of people who think that it might be some Jaguar stuff, but I don't know if that's going to be on the I don't know if that's going to be on the VCS or if it's going to be on other consoles first. Where is my... Man, this character sucks. Dude, to be honest with you, Atari has the potential with the IPs and stuff that they own right now to put some incredible things on Atari 50, let alone the Atari VCS. And I don't understand why they don't just try a different character. I don't understand why they don't just do something with it, you know? Are you stuck, my guy? What's going on here? Seems like the computer is stuck in the corner for whatever reason. That's not a good way to have a fighter. Hey, oh. I tell you what, I've been in communication with the creator of Superstar Shooter 16, and we are contemplating the idea of working together on a video game. I'm not going to say what yet, or what the details of that is, but Superstar Shooter 16 has been a pretty big deal since its launch. Why is he stuck in the corner? And then I am currently working with Khan on, well, sort of, it's on hold. But we've been working on a game together. But if Atari was to reach out to me for, say, this is where my expertise is, producing a movie, I would love to take one of their IPs and turn it into a film, whether that be Kasumi Ninja or, Haunted House, Fatal Run, something crazy like that, something that's within a reasonable budget. Because I mean, if they would sport me 50K like on a budget, like I could make some magic happen for sure. And I say that with the utmost confidence. Um, but I don't know. Statics. I'm gonna say, I think that's how you pronounce your name, Static Size. If you wanted them to hand out any IP, no matter what that IP may be, what would you want to be remade today? Ninja Golf, the movie, starring Bill Murray. That would be fun. What is it? What is a game on here that would probably like keep my attention? That's stupid. Ah, yeah, this will be it. Let's go fight some bears. If you've never played Fist of Awesome, it's by a company called I Fight Bears, and contains gratuitous bear nudity. I love this game. This is an awesome game. Centipede Triple X. Instead of a bunch of legs, they have a bunch of... Okay. Timber. Honey, can you grab the fire extinguisher? Grandma's on fire again. This guy's having deep and personal conversations with his hand. I'm still trying to go through a divorce with my wife, Palmelina, because she beats me every time. So abusive. It's so awful. So fun to do. First blood. Kill. Love it. Welcome to Bear Hat. Ah, I did not mean to do that. Oh, that's just terrifying. What am I looking at? Like that's an abandoned game, but it's pretty sweet. Yeah, no, Fist of Awesome is kind of one of those forgotten titles. Dude, right? It does need some RPG games. Weak even. I'm gonna at least get through level 2 and then I'm gonna move on to a different game. See, this game is actually kind of funny, you know, in my opinion. Like, the story carries it more than the gameplay. Like, as you level up, you can, of course, like, make your guys faster and all that stuff, but it's mostly the story that makes it kind of worth playing. It's a time waster, if anything. I mean, it's no Double Dragon, but it's fun. You know what game needs to make a comeback? Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, dude. Like, who remembers Cadillacs and Dinosaurs? Rude. Cool. Hey, what's up, Ebonics? Long time no see, dude. How's things going at college? Yeah, this is actually my first stream ever. Like, well, I did a test stream like last night just to see if I can get things running because I've never done one before. And I'm actually using my cell phone to stream the video and the audio because for some unknown reason I could not get my microphone to register through OBS. Oh, really? What are you doing now, man? Are you still working on that game? So are you still gonna port it or bring it to Microsoft, or because I think the Xbox is probably on its way out, dude. Might be better going for Sony. Oh, look at this guy. Hell yeah, man! Congrats! I'm excited for you. I've gotten into video game development myself recently. I'm actually working on 2 games for the Panic Playdate right now. If you don't know what that is, it's this little yellow handheld, kind of like a Game Boy. One second. And it runs on Lua. So I'm learning Lua script. Yeah, the Playdate is kind of like a modern Game Boy, if you will. There's 2 ways that you can develop for it. They have an open source SDK, and then they have Pulp. But it also, if you build a game out of Micro Studio, which supports Lua script as well, you can easily just port your game over using the SDK, which is really cool. So like you can do more than what Pulp can, because Pulp is 1-bit, and then the SDK can support like Unity as well. Do I recommend the Playdate? Dude, yeah. Are you kidding me? I love my Playdate. I haven't put it down since I got it a couple months ago. And I've already gone through the... I mean, I pushed myself through it. I didn't want to wait for like the whole game library to come out. So I pushed them all out over the course of like 8 weeks. But, dude, I would definitely recommend it. There's some games on here that I would definitely say get on, like, the moment you get your hands on one. Legends of Etad and P-Racing are must-have games for the Playdate. Same thing for Quantic Basketball, excuse me. That was made by a college student, and it's a basketball game, but it's also a tournament fighter like Mortal Kombat. It's really freaking cool. Got him. Streets of Things. Alright. Increase power. And I'm gonna say power, and then the next one I'll do speed. Yeah, actually, I am still making videos and movies. So Agent Dax is set to launch first quarter of next year. I still have 2 more scenes that I need to film, and then we're done. And then everything really just goes into post, and then we can start submitting it to the necessary channels. It'll go on Amazon and YouTube Movies first, and then after that, it'll hit streaming, like after a month. But for like Amazon and YouTube, it'll be a static payment. So I'll sell the episodes individually for like $2 a piece. And you can also just buy the whole season for $10 and save the money. But if you want to just watch the pilot and see if it's for you, then you only have to pay like $2 to watch it. After the static payments dry up, then we're going to put it on streaming so you can watch it for free. I think I'll earn more in ad revenue anyway, so, yeah, we're still doing the same thing. And then once that launches, I will be exploring a anthology project, just a bunch of mini stories put together, kind of like Black Mirror or Twilight Zone, if you will, just to kind of get some of my other ideas off the ground. Because I have all these like little mini stories that I've written, but none that I've actually tried to do anything with, because my main focus has been HD Dax this entire time. Best Hobo Beard of 2012. That's fun. A bearded band. Ooh. Got nut check. They just keep coming, dude. It's just Ouya, Ouya, Ouya. Oh my god. Touching the wall. I'm about to get it handed to me here in a second. I can do it. Did this guy just flash? Something like MIB flash? Ugh. You can do it. Done. Painful death. No good can come of this. You know, I've never actually beaten this game before. $10,000 people. And talking about the real topics here. It's a T-Rex, Velociraptor, it's a dinosaur, it's a lizard. You can tell, like, they just did, like, regular human voices for this. Hey, see you, Ebonics. Thanks for joining, dude. Actually, you know, that's a good question, by the way, Scott, because, I think Tux Racer would be a good fit on the VCS, and... Sorry, one second. Tux Racer would definitely be a good fit on the VCS for sure. And although I haven't played a whole lot of open source Linux games, but I do think that a port of Open Arena would be a welcomed adage to the VCS, because it still has that nostalgic feeling with it using the Quake 3 Arena engine. Excuse me. If you would recommend any games, what would you recommend that you think should be brought to the VCS? Oh yeah, dude, Xonotic is freaking awesome, dude. You know, and it's funny, like, so before I even got into Linux, I actually had the PC version of it on my old laptop from like 2014, 15. Yeah, hold on. I moved in, no, 2016. Sorry, 2016. And so I didn't get into Linux until 4 years ago. So I had no idea at the time that there was a Linux version, but the Linux version is more optimized than the PC version, which is weird to me. I could not get Valorant to work. Actually, can I share my screen? I might be able to share my screen on my desktop, and I can show you guys, like, some of the games that I have on my desktop. I think this is probably going to be the level that gets me. I know in the Gnome Store, or Genome Store, however you pronounce it, there are a few games from like Stone V and stuff that are also really good. Most of them, of course, are point and click. Hey, by the way, for those who are still watching, I do appreciate you guys just kind of tuning in on the stream, especially with this being my first one. It's nice to have the company. Ah, dang! I thought I got him. So there was no boss. Wow. I think I will probably end up ending the stream here in a minute. Not sure yet. Musty Cave. Most beat 'em ups usually have like 9 stages, so I wonder if this has 9 stages. Dude, yeah, actually, hold on. I can pause it and I can do this. Let me run through a list of the games that I have downloaded on my Linux PC that I've yet to. Hello there, dear.
Hi.
That I've yet to actually take my time to play. Okay, so I have Baruski, Blob Wars, Freedink, Flight of the. I mean, I've played I don't know the name of that, but I've played uh Open Doom, Pekakana, Endless Sky, good game by the way. Nexus, I've played Red Eclipse, Super Tux is on here, and Super Tux Kart, Open Arena. Lugaru, Lugaru HD is an interesting one. I think I might do a stream of that. It's a fighter where you play as Rabbit. Chromium BSU, Garden of Color, Hyper Rogue, Mars, Dust Racing 2D, Falls. Like that one actually. Some of those Scum V ones I was talking about was like Lure of the Temperance. Then you have Xenotic, which I like that one. And then Codename LT, which is a point and click thing. But also, Mind Test is on here as well. Mind Test was on the Ouya. And I think it was under a different name, though. Time before bears rose to power. Oh, dude, same. I once got paid $10 to snort flower. I was congested for 3 hours, man. That's terrible. But hey, I got $10. Yes, I do know Dean Smallwood. Wait. No, I don't. I'm so sorry. I got that confused with something else. What is Dink Smallwood? And keep in mind, some of the... Welcome back, Flip! You've missed some comedy action. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. So a lot of the games that I have downloaded on my Linux computer, I've not played yet. Just mostly the first-person shooters and some of the top-down adventure games I've played. Endless Sky, though. Endless Sky is really, really good. There's another space simulator that I actually have been meaning to play, but I can't remember the name of it right now. Okay, so Dink Smallwood. I'm gonna look that up. In fact, no, I don't have a pen near me, but I can just come back to the chat. You're good, Flip. I was debating whether to end the stream or switch into a different game. See, my thing is like, I love beat 'em ups. I'm obsessed with them. I'm a huge fan of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and Double Dragon, and all that stuff. Streets of Rage. There is another one that I used to play as a kid. I can't... Sonic Glassman, that's what it was. Sonic Glassman. He actually had a cameo in Bubble Bobble 99 or something like that. The one for the Nintendo 64. As one of the playable characters. Yes, actually, so I got a buddy who did voice acting for the Double Dragon remake. And as for Streets of Rage, dude, I haven't followed it in like modern years, but I've played the first 4 games and I've beaten actually the first 3. Yeah, the pixel art style in this one is kind of similar to the game McPixel, and if you've never played that, it's a little hard to explain. McPixel is an Android game for your phone, and you drag and drop this character, and you have interesting ways that you die. You're supposed to figure out how to solve the puzzles to get him out of the room. I mean, have you ever played any of like the open VR or BORs, like Crisis Evil, for example, or like that one Mortal Kombat beat 'em up that they did back when the ISO zone was still active? Now I'll tell you, man, there's been some interesting fan beat 'em ups that have been made. Some that honestly felt like they could have been like really good, like official ports or official versions, you know. I'm gonna have to increase some health here if I make it through this. bitch. And he got me. Well, alright. I think I'm gonna move on to a different game here. Question. Would you like to join me on this stream? You look fantastic.
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I particularly like how your hair is like off to one side, but it also looks like you stuck it through a vacuum cleaner.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You look fantastic.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Don't say it. We're on a stream. Oh, I heard something else.
What the fuck did you hear?
Nothing.
How did you hear anything else?
You're drunk. Go back to
I'm
sleep.
not drunk. If anything, you are.
Well, how would I? This is orange, like orange soda, and then it was originally apple juice. If I'm getting drunk off of apple juice, something is wrong, and I need to contact, however the fuck you pronounce that, because they gave me something I wasn't supposed to get. My lovely lady lumps.
What?
I don't know. You asked what you would get drunk off of. Sorry, guys. Okay. Please try which one. Dude, Dark Side Detective is good. Just one. I've only played 1 through 4. Please try that out if you can. One. Which one do you want me to try out? I think there's a slight delay on the stream. But Scott, if you can hear me, which one did you want me to try out? Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna try out Dink Smallwood. As for the Streets of Rage remake, if you're in the VCS Discord, um, if you're in the VCS Discord, I think your username is like mscott, or I might have you confused with someone else. But send me a link. You know, it's the same name as on here. You know, Kazdan, Kraz Productions. You can find me fairly easily. Hey, I did get it right. Yeah, shoot me a link to a couple of these things so that way I don't forget, because I will forget, but I definitely do need to play them. And if you can't tell, I already have plenty to play from, so. But, if I started another stream, like if I ended this stream and started another stream for just horror games, do you guys watch that? Because there's a couple horror games on here, like The White Room, You Are Here at Your Own Risk, and The Lost Souls that I'd be interested in playing back to back if you guys wanted to watch. But I think this stream is getting a little too long, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I should probably be working on something too, the same. But it's a Saturday, you know, I'm home. I got nothing big going on. Hey, no worries, guys. I appreciate you coming in and, you know, wasting your day, not your day, but wasting your time with me, you know? Wow, that delay. That was bad. Hold on. I will probably make a habit out of doing this like every Saturday to stream. Um, I'm trying to convince my spouse to play through a couple of these games with me just to kind of get her honest reaction because she's not really played on Ouya before. So I know there's some like stuff that's like could yield some funny results. But
You act like I played on the
you've played some of the multiplayer games. You haven't watched me play like some of the like the really weird shit. I have. So are you saying you don't want to do it?
no,
I mean, if you
just
don't, it's
act
cool.
like you act like I don't think it's
It's okay. I'll just go pick up some other bimbo on the street and be like, "Hey, here's $50. Join my stream." You know, I'm just kidding. You're not a bimbo. You're welcome. I don't know. First stream, so. Oh yeah, dude. I'm definitely gonna try to get some BCS content out. Okay, hold on. Before I end this, let me just let you guys know what I kind of have planned. Here I'll look directly at you, so it's like I'm looking at you. Okay, so I started earlier in last month. I started the Jaguar Journey through Jaguar CD videos. I need to get another one of those videos out before the end of December. My goal is to have one of them released once a month. On top of that, I also want to play some BCS games. So maybe next Saturday, I'm going to hook up my other BCS and get that going. And then I also want to showcase the Play Jam Game Stick as well, if you guys are not familiar with that. So I have plans for that as well. And then, of course, some generic video game reviews. And I'm also planning one other video, which is the lost story of the Button Affair, which, if you don't know what that is, uh, shortly, just to put it shortly, Button Affair was a Kickstarter project that was intended to raise money for children with cancer, and it failed. But there was a game that came out of it, and it was lost for a while until we managed to preserve it on the Play Jam Game Stick, and now I have like a full playthrough of that and everything that I need to edit. But I think I should definitely do some more Ouya videos because I don't think Ouya gets enough love, or I don't think too many people want to remember it because honestly, it's not a terrible console, like by any means. Like it'd be different if it was like Tiger Gamecom and I'm trying to hype up Gamecom, but like there's some genuine good games on this system, that I think needs a better look. So I'm definitely gonna do more of that. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I genuinely appreciate your time and you guys just chatting with me. You guys made this worth my time, worth my while. So thank you. Oh, dude, if you decide to get your hands on an Ouya, let me know, and I'll get you hooked up on like the servers and stuff like that, and I'll recommend some good games to you and stuff as well. Um, but yeah, I don't really know like what's a good time to do streams or like what's a good plan for this. I can't do it every Saturday morning because it's not every Saturday morning that I'm free, you know. Uh, but also, one other thing, as of yesterday, I officially have been approved for monetization on my channel. So I'm probably going to try to do a little bit more with this. I'm not going to make a lot of money off of it. Uh, but I found out YouTube was running ads on my channel without me really knowing. And I haven't been seeing them because I've only had my channel. And then I created a backup account and realized that when I watch my videos, I'm still playing ads. So if I'm being forced to play ads on my videos, I might as well get paid for it. So I chose to monetize the channel. Uh, but yeah, thanks. All right, well, hey, I'm gonna end this. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you around. Here, how do I end this damn thing? Let's make it be super simple. There it is, end stream.